Hey there, how is your day going? In this month's Indie Reviewer, we're going to be talking about a fantastic little game called Thronefall. While I normally don't play early access games on this series specifically, I personally don't think things could entirely go wrong with this game, as what you get now is what you'll probably mostly be getting down the road besides the additions of some new maps and abilities at a guess. So, what is Thronefall? As the developer and publisher Grizzly Games puts it, a minimalist game about building and defending your little kingdom. And it quite literally is just that. With a fantastic, cutesy little shell-shaded art style, you find yourself traversing between levels of grassy farmlands and all the way to snow-capped peaks. You have your main castle, which you must protect at all costs. And around this castle, there will be little dots where you can build defenses, ranging from something as simple as walls to something as goofy and fun as a mill that's self-combusts. These defenses require gold coins, which you collect by winning rounds or building buildings that bring in more income, like the little houses that bring in an extra piece of gold each turn, assuming they survived that round and didn't get destroyed. During combat, you ride around on your little horse, shooting arrows automatically at your enemies, and you also wield a blade that you yourself can control amidst combat, and this sword can genuinely be a lifesaver, since you as the king can die mid-combat, and some of these enemies deal hefty blows. And while you do respawn, those 10 seconds can make all of the difference between failure and victory. Although, if you find the bow portion of playing the king kind of boring, like I did, they have other weapons for the king you can unlock from progressing further in the game, and some of these weapons are incredibly fun and add an extra layer of strategy that I just really enjoy. The spear is my personal favorite, which auto-attacks with a spear replacing the bow, and gives me the ability to heal myself as well as heavily increase my attack speed for a short portion of time. And while you're running around with your king attacking these enemies, the main puzzle of the game is more about knowing what to build and upgrade first, as well as discovering the best ways to position your troops, as well as trying to distract and lead more powerful enemies away from your more volatile structures. And while this game is low stakes and altogether a chill time, it can get a little intense when things heat up, and it does get pretty difficult after the first level, just immediately. By the time you're in the second world, the second section, it gets pretty difficult. And also, when you do have your structures destroyed, they are rebuilt for free at the beginning of the next round, which I love a lot. It alleviates some of the stress that maybe this would have had if they went for a more hardcore approach, and I was a little more stressed before I knew that, because I didn't figure that out until after some of them got destroyed, obviously. And altogether, it just adds to making this feel even more relaxing to play. Even when there is a deadly squad of enemies coming, you know that as long as you keep that castle alive, any structures you lose along the way will come back. Honestly, getting off of work and de-stressing before I play some high-stress Valorant with my buddies has been absolutely lovely, and I might even say I think it's made me better at Valorant, although I don't believe the game advertises itself to be a Valorant stress cure. Now, when you complete a level by surviving each wave of baddies, you will find yourself greeted by the main form of progression in this game that carries on from level to level. First means of progression obviously being its level-based story system, but you also gain levels for your king, and when leveling up enough, you earn entirely new strategies you can employ. New types of units, new structures, new abilities for your king, new passives, all kinds of fantastic things that really improve this game's replayability. And if you did want this game to be more difficult, they have some modifiers that allow you to boost up your score in the level, but also allows to make it more difficult if you're looking for something a little more challenging. Altogether, this game is not only a lovely time to play as well as look at, it's also only $7, cheaper than a Dutch Brothers coffee. Get this if you love single-player games in general. It's a gem. Alright, thank you so very much for watching. I know this video is a little short, that's mostly because I've got my hands full working on a big XCOM video, but also this game doesn't really have a bunch to talk about, which I think is kind of what makes it so lovely. Anyhow, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more like this. But most importantly, have a goddamn wonderful day, and don't die. See ya!